We're starting with some breaking news tonight in the investigation into Hacienda Healthcare.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Tram Mai. Caribe Divine is out on assignment tonight. That facility came under fire after a patient was raped and impregnated by a nurse. Now we've learned that unit will be closing.
Team 12's Bram Resnick's in the Live Alert Center for us with the breaking new details. Bram?
Yeah, earlier this week, state regulators gave Hacienda a Friday deadline for a plan to fix its problems. Instead, Hacienda is shutting down the unit where an intellectually disabled patient was raped. Now, the rape was first discovered when the woman gave birth to a baby boy on December 29th. Hacienda staff said they didn't know the 29-year-old woman was pregnant. She had lived there for more than 20 years. A male nurse has been charged with sexually assaulting her. Now, since the report of the birth, state regulators and Governor Doug Ducey have been all over Hacienda. Regulators demanding Hacienda hire an outside manager to figure out what was wrong at the facility and fix it. Earlier this week, talks to hire that manager collapsed. At the same time, Governor Ducey demanded that the state attorney general prosecute Hacienda. Instead, Hacienda will shut down the unit. The unit that's closing has 37 intellectually disabled patients. Hacienda says it's working with the state to find new facilities for them. That will not be easy. Now, Hacienda makes an astonishing claim in its announcement that it informed the state last Friday, 6 days ago, that it would be shutting down. Yet for the last week, state regulators and the governor have continued to act as if Hacienda wasn't closing. We're trying to get answers to what the governor and regulators knew and when they knew it. Live in the Alert Center, Bram Resnick, 12 News.
All right, Bram, thanks.